beloved saints. Um, I was going to answer a question about Jude, but I'll probably get that tomorrow because I feel like there's time. Like 10 years ago, I talked about it a lot, like my time in the occult and the secrets I knew about the spirit realm and stuff. And I just didn't like to talk about it. It seemed to bring like more stress on me, like stuff came at me or something. Like I just always seemed to have problems, so I took a break from it for a while. And but with all that's been going on, the high strangeness in the world that we knew would happen, um, I feel the need to address some of it. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been gathering quotes from channeled entities, what they teach on very specific doctrines, um, versus what Scripture teaches, so that we can recognize these beautiful angels of light when they come as our galactic brothers or whatever, because they're going to sound really good. And a lot of Christian by name or family people that aren't born again are going to fall for it. And so I want to get ahead of it and reveal what it is they're going to say in detail. I gave hints to this. You can go back on my channel and just type in galactic, or you can type aliens or UFOs, and you'll find a ton of videos I did early on this channel. But I want to address something I think is related, and that is these near death experiences. I get a lot of letters sent to me. Well, what about these near death experiences? And many have Jesus in it, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll have Krishna, or they'll meet like dead loved ones and they'll tell them you lived in a past life. And they say they're atheists, but they go and they're in a beautiful place and they see loved ones. And this is what Paul told us to test the spirits for. Okay? If the enemy only showed visions of horror constantly, which he does like to do, he likes to traumatize like that because that's how demons get in, through trauma. Could you start questioning, how could God do this? Man is so dark. Oh, it's so evil, right? And then they, get resentment against. That's how it all builds up. Sneaky. Uh, but the thing is, if you go, let's say, you're one of these people that are high up in the occult and have an out of body experience, intentionally, right? Astral projection, as it were. It's taught through Monroe Institute. That's where I went. So they had courses in Los Angeles, believe it or not, through the Kmart of the occult, the psychic eye. So, I mean, I'm laughing. It's not funny because they're spreading like a chain, but I laugh because they really are at the Kmart of the occult. Who would have ever thought that would be the case? You always had to go to some tiny store owned by a lady that had it for 10 generations. Um, but yeah, things are changing. So they go and they meet these entities. And they do that also through DMT and other pharmakia means. And pharmakia is not if you're diabetic and you take insulin, don't anybody tell you it's pharmakia. It it's when you use a substance to change or alter the mind's perception. So especially to open it in the spirit realm. So they have similar experiences. Why? Because Scripture tells us that the we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness of this world, and spiritual wickedness in high places. They're in the second heaven. That's where the demonic realm is hanging out. They're stuck there. They can't go to the throne. They're down here in the lower second heaven and first heaven in the sky, and that's where we see them. But all they're doing is getting visions. Do you remember? Jesus was tempted by Satan. He showed him all the kingdoms of the world. How do you show all the kingdoms at one time? Visions. He controls what you see. It's an illusion. Do you remember we're warned, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light? That means he appears as one. but inside, darkness. So he will say and actually do and look in ways that's so holy looking. Remember, he was close to God, the anointed cherub who covereth. He was close. But he's not God. But to an undiscerning eye without the Spirit of Christ, they will fall for that false light. Jesus talked about, if the light in you be darkness, how dark is that? If your very light is made of darkness, that you're looking to darkness because you can't see in the darkness. Do you get it? I can't see in this darkness, so I got to look over to this darkness to get some light. That's all. So these people that are having these near death, they're only being deceived by the demonic. And unless the Lord intercedes, we don't know if those people actually died, first of all. But in the cases where they did, it's the same thing. Unless God intervenes in a mighty way, they're going to fall for that. And by his grace, most of the time he does. But that's all. Indian people in India see Krishna, this blue god, right? It's a fallen entity, but they see him in these near-death experiences. And one famous mathematician, he was a genius, a teenager, got some complex mathematical equation given to him by, I think, Vishnu or something. No, it might have been a goddess. Anyway, in a dream state. So they can give you all kinds of information, and sometimes it's good. 9 times it will be, but on the 10th, ooh, it's a doozy when they lie. It's to build up trust, to betray you, to traumatize, to mess you up, to lead you astray, because the ultimate goal is your death. Literally. Before you can come to the Lord, they want you dead. And once you come to the Lord, they want to harass you to keep you from turning other people from coming to the Lord. So, anyway, I'm going to finish editing that. I'm trying to contemplate whether I need to get another laptop because this is so slow and I keep crashing and losing stuff because I'm doing stuff more complex now. I need more clips and so forth. But I should have at least, a decent version of it done in the next week or so. Hopefully, I'll get that out because I feel a real sense of urgency to do so. And I have to finish my 2 books too. But in any case, I want to wish you guys a blessed week. And I will get to the Jude question tomorrow morning. And see you then. God bless you. Bye-bye.